Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Saturday Brunch with your host with the most, Miracle OP. That is my name. And speaking and pushing my P is always my game. Shout out to the House Chronicles for giving me this amazing platform to push my P and talk my shit. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click that bell. I know it's hard to see, but make sure you click on it, because we will be giving you amazing content, not just me, but the House Chronicles as a whole. Shout out to them once again. Make sure you follow us on all social platforms, Instagram, X, TikTok. Yes, we are TikTokers on this platform. Follow me on my own personal platform as well, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. X is going to be in the description below. But let's get into today's topic, guys. Because I told the crew that I'm gonna be very passionate today. A lot of shit has been on my mind. I also said on my socials, tune in, because I was hoping that the big Nigerian what's the word you call them now, Ima? The big Nigerian justice criers, or should we call them social justice warriors? Yeah, the social justice warriors of the internet today in Nigeria will speak about this. But I felt maybe some of them have alliances in the government. They don't want to speak Nigeria in a bad light. But I'm going to speak on it today. But it's not just Nigeria. I feel like it's an African problem. So I'm going to start with saying this. Africa is a burial ground for Africans. An African man, once he becomes rich, has his bank accounts in Switzerland. Okay? Has his bank accounts in Switzerland. Once he's rich. His kids have educations abroad, America, Canada, Europe. He eats Chinese, saves up money to go and pray in Rome and Mecca. Takes tourism to Europe, Canada, USA. Invests in Germany, buys from Dubai. But at the end of the day, when he dies, he'll be buried in his or her own country in Africa. So tell me, how is Africa meant to develop when it's just a burial ground for Africans? The Olympics just happened. The Olympics just happened. I'm sorry to say, but Nigeria was embarrassed. The only people that actually stood up to the plate, I'm sorry to say this, were our basketball team. The women's basketball team. Shout out to the Tigers. They did their thing. They faced the gold medalists, eventually the USA women's basketball team. It was a tough fit, but they did their thing. They tried their best. And our coach was actually the coach of the tournament. So shout out to our coach. I gave her a shout out on my Instagram platform. I don't know how many people actually watched us in the Olympics, but they were doing their thing. Then the competition that everybody was waiting for was the track and field, because Nigeria is known for having phenomenal track and field athletes. From years, we've had gold medalists. We've had relay teams that have done magnificent things. And the two people that everybody was looking forward to was Toby Amuson and let me not get her name wrong. And my baby girl, oh, she's my crush, bro. Ophelia Favor, bro. Ophelia, I know you went to LSU and I went to UNC Chapel Hill, but bro, reply my DM. Reply my DM, baby girl. I'm a fan. Deadass, I'm a fan. But what happened to you was crazy and was injustice. Everybody knows from LSU that Ophelia Favor is a master at the 100 meters. I was a fan of her even in college. She did her thing in LSU, won several medals in the NCAA tournament. And everybody knows her favorite competition is the 100 meters. Ophelia said, fine, I want to represent my country. I want to represent the green, white, green. It's not like I could not compete in the USA track team because she is that skilled. She could have worked her ass off and competed for the USA track team. But she's like, nah, fuck that. I want to represent my country. And everybody knows the 100-meter is Favor's favorite meet. She said, I want to represent Nigeria. And because of what I know that's happening to Nigeria, it's fine, Nigeria, don't pay for my coach. I will pay for my coach. It's fine, Nigeria, don't pay for my medical stuff, my rehabilitation, my preparation, all of that. I got that covered. Your only job is to give me the green, white, green uniform and register me for my race. You don't even have to pay for my flight to Paris. I can pay for that. I'm good. Because I know you're not going to pay for my coach and my team, because I definitely need them. So I'm going to pay for everything. All I need you to do is get me my uniform and register me for my race. That is all you have to do. Ima, guess what they did? They gave her uniform, but they didn't register her for the fucking race. They did not register her for the freaking race. How hard is it to register somebody for a race? I don't think it's that hard, bro. That's all you had to do for 4 years? The Olympics comes every 4 years, am I right? Every 4 years? All you had to do for 4 years was register her for a race. And you fucked that shit up? Toby Amusho is another different story entirely. It happened. She's an athlete. I'm sure she's going to bounce back. What she's done on the track and field is never going to be forgotten. Never going to be forgotten. She's still a legend. A Nigerian legend, African legend, athletic legend, woman legend. She will bounce back from this. It happens to every champion. But she fell short on the Olympic stage. I'm not going to speak any more about that. But something really also tickled my feather a little bit, because there was this conversation going around of African players need to play for African teams, especially in the sport of football. Not just in all sports, but especially football. And it was a big conversation that happened. Mikel Obi also got involved. And he was hammering on how African players need to not treat their African countries as third options. And I agree with that. And I feel like you see a lot of that, I'm so sorry to say, in our current Super Eagles team. I don't need to call anybody out, and I'm not saying that they're not playing passionately. I'm not saying they're not playing with joy. I'm not saying they're not fighting for the badge. But I'm saying Nigeria was not their first option, if they want to be honest. Olaina that just went online on the whole defense tour of why he played the final. Apparently he was on one leg, and why he got cooked by the at the end of the day, the young player of the tournament, the player that plays for Brighton, the winger, why the guy beat him and crossed the ball and the goal was scored. He was giving all these explanations. My brother, you got beat. Yes, you got played with an injury. But at the end of the day, I feel like your toughness led you to not have a good performance. But like you said, you were injured. Oh, well, you're also a Chelsea boy. I'm a Chelsea boy. But if you ask Olaina, was Nigeria actually your first option as a boy when you started playing football? If he wants to keep it P, he'll say, you know. Even it will be when he became, I remember when he decided to play for Nigeria. Everybody was, oh, Kocha's boy has come back. He's come home. That boy that was coming home didn't even want to play for y'all, bro. He wanted to play for England. But he wanted to play in a World Cup. So he chose Nigeria. Even moving down the line, bro, Victor Moses, Nigeria was not his first option. He said it. He had a really bad experience in Nigeria. That's why he moved to England. So you can't even blame him for picking England. But he chose to represent Nigeria. He did his thing. He won the AFCON Cup of Nations. Oh, well. I feel like the only person on that team that is actually fighting for the badge is our keeper. I've forgotten his name. What's his name again? The keeper. His keeper. What's the name of that the keeper? I've forgotten his name. And also Osimhen. Osimhen is fighting because that boy has gone through the ranks. the under 18, the under 9s, the under 16s, the under 21s. Like he's a super ego. He's the starting number 9. He knows what it means to play for Nigeria. He understands that pressure. But right now, Osimhen is not pushing P. I mean, right now, Osimhen is more of a BBN attack you on Instagram Live than a football player. Because right now, he doesn't even know what team he's going to. And as a Chelsea player, as a Chelsea supporter, we're being linked to him. But do I really want Osimhen as my number 9 right now? I don't know. Maybe not. Let me get back to the topic. I'm losing track. This is about Africa. What I'm saying is this. Africa, yes. People, stop treating Africa as a third choice. I am proud to say that my new holiday destination is South Africa because I love South Africa. I love the tradition in South Africa. I love the history of South Africa. I love the joy South Africa brings to me. I love the South African people. And I'm not going to be discouraged. And it's funny how anytime I bring up South Africa, it's other Africans are trying to discourage me from going to South Africa, saying, oh, they have xenophobia, all this type of stuff. They've never been xenophobic to me. They've shown me nothing but love. So I'm going to keep going back to South Africa. Because I love South Africa. I love the food. I love the culture. I do love the women. But that's another story for another day. Africa should be your first choice if you're African. You should not try and japa. Try and fix your country so you can use your talent in your country to develop your country. The reason why you guys want to japa is because you're using all your talents in another man's country. Of course you want to go to their country. All the talent is there. All the talent that you have, you've given to them. So why wouldn't you want to go there? Imagine if you use that talent here. I know it's not as easy as I make it seem with mouth. But if we don't stop, Africa is going to die. And then the burial ground is actually just going to be a ground, a wasteland, nothing. But this is also a message to our leaders, our captains, our future leaders. Stop trying to kill our country because of greed, because of useless ambition, and because of lack of education. People that actually know how to do these things in certain positions, put them in those positions. The NFF put people that actually know football and have actually gone through football in powerful positions that want to progress the Football Federation forward so that we can actually bring this amazing talent to Nigeria. Like the Moroccans are doing. For other sports as well, because I feel like sports, I'm focusing on sports, guys, because I feel like sports can be a big breakthrough for our country because we have a lot of athletes. We have a lot of sports enhanced people in our country, gifted people in our country. Look back. We have so many sports icons in our country. Ones that did not represent and ones that did represent. Look at the names. Look at the names. Tamel Musiala is a Nigerian boy. He's playing for Germany. Why? So Africa should always be a first option. But at the same time, leaders make Africa attractive so that it is the first option. That's all I'm saying. And this weekend, I will be supporting Africa. Not just in the Premier League, but my boy Israel Adesanya is fighting in the UFC this Saturday in New Zealand. And I need everybody in Africa, especially in Nigeria, because he's fighting another African from South Africa, which breaks my heart. Nigeria and South Africa again, AFCON all over again, oh my God. But he's fighting Dricus du Plessis tonight, Saturday. Tonight, I'm going to need everybody to turn up and turn out. Let's support the boy Israel. Let's support the style bender. Yoruba boy. Omo, you know go carry last today, bro. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying is Africa first, but at the same time, leaders of Africa make Africa attractive. Make Africa what it is. A beautiful, succulent, rich, abundant beauty of a woman that anybody will want to be in and enjoy. Take that as you may. But Africa is beautiful. Africa should be celebrated. Africa should not be anybody's second choice. Let's make Africa first again. Let's make Africa great again. Africa right now is a burial ground where rich men have their bank accounts in Switzerland. They save up money to pray in Rome and Mecca. Invest in Germany, buy from Dubai, eat Chinese. Send their children to Canada, USA, or Europe for tourism or school. But when they're dead, him or her is buried in their own individual country in Africa. Let's stop making Africa a burial ground and start making Africa what it should be and what it was be. The land of milk and honey. I'm out.